The beef rib is probably one of the most highly regarded pieces of meat in all of American barbecue. They are juicy, tender, and loaded with flavorful bark, making them a consistent crowd pleaser. The beef ribs also provide a unique experience of eating meat directly off the bone, making them proper beef ribs, hard to match and one of my favorite cuts of meat. So here is how I make smoked beef ribs. Right here I have a full rack of beef ribs. This is about 6 ribs in total. First thing I'm going to do is cut them into twos because my smoker isn't that big and quite frankly I just can't fit bigger size pieces of meat. Normally you'd see beef ribs in like groups of 3 or 4, but right now I'm just going to do 2. It should turn out perfectly fine.
Look at that marbling. You see that? That's some pretty crazy marbling.
The short rib is one of, if not the most marbled part of the cow, outdoing even the ribeye or the oyster blade, while also having a lot of collagen in them, which is very tough when cooked to medium rare, but when cooked to a high temperature, this breaks down into gelatin, which gives this cut of beef its innate ability to stay juicy when cooked for a very long time, which is the key to this cook. Cooking at a low temperature for a very long time. Now it's time for the seasonings. Basically, I added a binder just so the seasonings will stick in the smoker. To start off the seasoning, I'm coating this plate of ribs with just salt and black pepper. Those are the most important seasonings that should be essential and you need. In addition to that, I also added a bunch of other seasonings like cumin and paprika, which should add a wonderful flavor to the end result of these beef ribs. But be careful not adding too much of the exotic seasoning as it will block the smoke and we don't want that. Alright, next thing we're going to do is preheat the barbecue to about 130 degrees Celsius. We're going to pop the beef ribs in. Make sure to have a meat thermometer. We're going to be cooking these to about 95 degrees Celsius, 96, somewhere around there. You could take the ribs out and finish these in the oven, but it's really not necessary for beef ribs, but it's up to you. Anyways, super easy method, just set and forget. There's a lot of smoke if you can see that. You can get it from a different angle. You can't really see it in camera, but there is a lot of smoke. Let's check it out, shall we? Look at it. It's pretty crazy. Dang. Bark's coming along nicely. Because this cook takes a really long time, I like to capitalize on it by cooking other food in the barbecue at the same time. You can't really speed up the cooking process, so the way you save time is just by cooking more food and either feeding more people or having leftovers. As you can see, I have a tray of vegetables which is pretty much just cooking in the fat drippings of the beef ribs. I always like to do this as it is a good way of saving time making dinner. Let's take a look. Check it out. Like that. This one has a lot less bark, but maybe if I switch it around. But this looks amazing. What the hell? Check this out. If I can. You can see the other side. That looks insane. Well, we'll leave this to rest and then cut over into it. It's crazy. The smell is insane as well. Let's check out. Damn. Oh, that's crazy. That looks good.